Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we have a smart car 4.2. What year is it actually? 61. What's 61? 2011, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. So we have, I'll show you. This is the car, and we have all the suspension work, all the front suspension for it. Some napper, some keeling. We've got the top mounts, we've got the fitting kit, we've got the shocks, we've got the springs, and we've got the way for the top mounts. So that's what we have to fit today. We have, so the tools we're going to be using is, haven't even been christened yet. So this is the spring compressor kit that I bought recently. It's the first time I'll be using it. Let's see how it goes on. So yeah, that's what we have, and I'll take you through as we as I sort of progress through and show you what I've been doing, how we get these shock absorbers in and out. And also it's going to be a bit of a pain where the let me switch on the light. There's the bolt or the nut right there. Those are the two nuts we've got to get to, one on either side. So the other one's just there. Either we've got to remove the headlights. I think to be one of these, as far as I remember, I've done one before, where if you've got to remove the headlights, I think you've got to remove the whole front bumper, which one of the side skirts is already hanging off, so that will help me. One already off, so might have to remove the other one as well. Not sure, but that will definitely make life so much easier if I go that route. If not, might have to get two of the swivel bits. I'll show you these. I've got two sets of like 3/8 or two sets of 1/2 inch ones. So probably have to use 1/2 inch, two 1/2 inch ones, so which would be this one. Put it on the impact gun, put two back to back. I can't remember what size bolts they are. I think they're like 21 size, could be wrong, but it doesn't matter, we'll find out. And that's, maybe I can get them that way and I don't have to remove the headlights or the front bumpers. It'll be so much quicker to do it that way, but we'll see. And then obviously I've got to jack up the car, remove the wheels. That's a good point, locking that kind of helps. So yeah, let's just get on with it and see how we go. Whoop whoop. So continuing on from earlier on this smart, we had to lift up the whole car into air, and we had to remove both of the bottom panels just to get somewhere decent to actually support the bottom half of the car, so you can remove the suspension. So there's 0 bottom panels on it now. It's all gone, all down the tray. So there it is. The whole thing is in 2 parts. What a pain in the bum to actually remove the whole lot, because most of it is broken, it seems. But anyway, so we're cracking on. Next thing is to release these 2 nuts, one on either side, and that will release the whole suspension. And I've also got to remove the track rod ends, one on this side, one on that side. Already removed one of the drop links here, got to do the other one, and then we've got a pinch bolt right here. Got to remove that pinch bolt, and that's pretty much it. And it should just drop down. And once the pinch bolt is removed, we've got to remove the shock absorber from its location off the hub and get it on the clamps, remove the springs, replace the whole lot. In fact, we don't even need to touch the old shocks at all. We don't need to remove anything because we've got everything brand new. So literally the whole shock absorber system, the old ones, scrap, put the brand new ones, build them up, and off we go. So whoop whoop. So a quick update on this Smart that I'm working on today. What we're doing is basically replacing the suspension, front suspension complete. Shocks, the fitting kit with the bump stops, top mounts and the springs. Complete setup for the suspension. Now, so far we've had to remove the whole bottom tray out. And the reason for that is to support the vehicle properly, because on the sides it's just sitting on the skirtings and it's not good. You know, you can't, it was literally sitting on the actual skirting, side skirts, and it's plastic. It's going to break. You know, one of them wasn't even sitting on there properly. So that's that. So I'll show you where we are now. So this is where we are. Remove the caliper. Caliper's sitting over there, nice and safe. Undone the wishbone bolts, or nuts I should say, on this side, on there, and also it holds the actual anti-roll bar itself. Undone the track rod ends, that they were proper seized on there. Took a lot of bashing to get them out. Eventually got the shock absorber out, which is here. However, let's test it actually. No, it doesn't go down at all. Maybe not. Anyway, so I had to whack onto this bit and holding the shock absorber out here to release from the shock absorber. That took a lot of bashing. That. And now I'm just about to move over to the other side. And got to do a similar thing to this one. However, I'm thinking I'll change tactics on this side. Let me show you. So if you look at this, this is the bit that has to poke out that way, so it comes off the actual hub. Now it's still connected at the top up there, well it's actually over here in the engine, well, non-existent engine bay, in the boot, let's say, front boot. And also got to disconnect the caliper again on this side, just so that there's no tension on it. Already undone the anti-roll bar drop links. Now, so what I'm thinking is leaving the shock absorber at the top there connected, disconnect this nut here so that the wishbone is not connected to the hub anymore, this nut here that is, and whack downwards on here and wire brush all of this as much as I can and grease it all up with penetrant, and hopefully that should release much easier than the other side, because this way round the shock absorber is still held up with the nut at the top, so it's still connected to the chassis. So that's my plan for the second one. See if it's easier or not, see if it's going to be easier or harder or the same, you know. Anyway, be back. Whoop, whoop. So a quick update on this Smart that I'm working, Smart 4.2. So I now removed, I'll show you, now remove the bottom ball joint. So you see everything's disconnected. The only thing that is connected is this ABS sensor, which is not a problem. There's plenty of play in it. So now it's still connected to the suspension at the top there, to the chassis. So all I've got to do, I penetrated it with plenty of penetrant oil, rubbed it down as well with wire brush, and now I've got to whack it across here to lower this, to release the hub from the shock absorber. So that's why I've got mufflers on. Oh, okay, that's gone very blurry. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so back on the 4.2 even, Smart 4.2. So I'll show you second way of doing it was much better, revised version. It's much quicker and much easier, much painless. So I've got the nut off here, off the bottom ball joint, which is a 19mm spanner size. Good thing is that it's got a headed nut. I'll show you, like this. So which means when you put it on, or when it's on there, I'm not sure if that's the right size actually. No, it's not. That's the right size. So when that's on there, to release the actual ball joint, left that on a full thread. So threaded it in on about a full thread there, so you can see the gap there. Got a this size extension and a 19mm socket on it, on impact size. I'm not going to use the impact, that's not the point. So basically, got to hammer it like this while it's in position, like that, and that releases the bottom ball joint. That's how it's done. And once that's done, and that was still hanging off the shock absorber from this bit here was on there, and basically by whacking down on this bit with the hammer, eventually it slid off, and then I put it back on the ball joint to support, because the ABS sensor is still connected, so I don't want that dangling on that. So the bottom ball joints on both sides will need changing at some point, without a doubt. How cold it is. It's freezing. Anyway, now I've got to release the passenger side shock absorber from the body, which I'll show you how I've done it actually, by using two wobbler joints wherever they are, and a long. So I used this size, which is a quite long bar, and we also used double joints, so these two like this, and it is a, what is it, 19 or 18? It's 21. So it's a 21mm socket, and put it on the, hold on, I'll show you, on the end of the extension. And hey, you alright?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not bad, thank you. And so there's the setup. Two wobblers, 19mm or 21 even. There's the, sorry, excuse my breathing. So there's the nut we want to remove, and basically like that. It's out on this angle, get the impact on it, and it will release the shock absorber. So that's that. That's my next step. And then once I've done that, pretty much, so on one side I did release the wishbone, so which means I've got to do that back up when I fit it all back together. But on the passenger side I didn't do that, just done it a different way. Once that's done, then it's a matter of rebuilding the new shock absorber setup, and pretty much fit it all back together. Hopefully there shouldn't be any more problems, because once that shock absorber is out, that's it. I can definitely start rebuilding the new shocks, springs, bump stops, top mounts, the whole shebang, basically the complete set. So it's got a copy the existing shock absorber setup, so that I can see exactly what goes where, kind of thing, where the bump stop goes and the top mount goes and nuts and bolts, blah blah blah, kind of thing. So yeah, whoop whoop. Quick update on this Smart 4.2. So what we're doing is we're going to rebuild the new shock absorbers, shocks, springs, and the top mounts, together with all the bump stops. So this is the setup. This is my new spring clamp compressor. Comes with a few different platforms, or connectors I suppose, and so we're going to use the smallest ones for the springs. This is the new shock absorber on one side. I'm not sure if it's the right side actually, I'm going to have a look in a minute. There's the actual compressing part, and the kit that comes with it this is the kit with all the bump stops and stuff, and the top mounts. This is on the side, I believe. Complete. Looks like it comes with, yeah, comes as complete, which is great. With the bearings and everything. So yeah, so we're just going to rebuild all this. Once it's built, I'll be back to show you the complete built product, so we can actually fit it onto the car. It's getting a bit late. I mean, it's almost pitch black out there. The moon's out already. Lovely. Whoop, whoop. So this is all the bits for the rebuilding process. The old shock absorber here, complete. I don't need to undo it, so I can pretty much see how things go together. So yeah, this is the little kit, the bump stop, the dust guard, the new shock absorber, the spring I haven't taken out of the box yet, but you get the idea. Actually, the spring already. So yeah, strangely, they look much. Maybe when they're compressed they will be much smaller, but it's a lot of compressing to do. Whoop whoop. So carrying on from the smart 4.2 shock absorber installation, so we now have the old shock absorber apart. The only reason I took it apart is to see exactly what goes where and to see what kind of damage there was. So I'll show you. This is the old shock absorber. So push it down all the way, and it does come back up. It takes forever. It was definitely leaking at somewhere along the line, and yeah, that literally takes forever. So there's not much oil left in that, or gas, whatever it is in there. And there's the brand new shock absorber. Push that down all the way. So much quicker and much more solid. So this is the way it should be. And we do need another part from the old shock absorber, which is this little platform here. That platform there. The new one doesn't come with the kit, so we do need that, unfortunately. So it's a good job I took it apart, because I would have been wondering where that one was. This piece of kit, the press spring compressor, amazing piece of kit. I love it. It is so sturdy. It feels brilliant. Done the job in like seconds. It's so much safer. Conventional spring clamps that some people use. Much safer, much better, and much easier to actually compress springs on the go. It is heavy though, really really heavy, especially the whole kit together. So yeah, love it. Great investment. I'm looking forward to using it again, that's for sure. Whoop, whoop. So still with the smart 4.2. It is 4.2, right? Yeah. And just built up one of the shock absorbers. I'll show you. So this is the newly built shock absorber with new dust cover, new top mount bearings, this brand new spring. And I'll show you the old springs. Actually, they were just in time saved, because they had started to rot already. But then this is the most common thing with these. They always snap there and they rot away, and then they'll just give away and they'll wrap themselves around this part of the shock absorber. So yeah, that's that. And the old bearing, wherever it's gone, hold on 2 seconds. Yeah, excuse me. Right. Right, so okay, so we've just finished the smart car. I didn't video most of it because it was getting very dark and very late, as you can tell. I mean, it's kind of lit up, there's only one light there, and I've got a proper light here as well, so that's more than bright enough. But I mean, if you show you how much frosted it is on the floor, everything's sparkling. Look, all my tools are literally sparkling. But everything is just frosted, all of it. So anyway, it's all done now. My car. So basically, overall, I think it took me 5 hours maybe ish, 4.5, 5 hours ish, something like that overall. That cover was definitely a pain in the back. The bottom tray, literally had to remove the whole tray, front to back, the whole lot. I've never come across that before. I'm pretty sure the last smart car I worked on wasn't like that, so I don't know what's going on with this one. Anyway, either way, yeah, it's done. It is. Pretty sure it's like minus something, but to be fair, I don't actually feel cold. I actually feel pretty good because this stuff is amazing. I've got thermals on it. At one point I was actually hot, I was sweating. So yeah, definitely, it's all done. After that, there was no issues really. I did grease up the bottom of the shock where it goes into the hub to make sure it goes in very nicely, which it did. I did actually wire brush it as well to make sure it was nice and clear because it was a bit rusty. So we've removed most of the surface rust, penetrant, and then greased it all up. Job done, all good. The tray, we're not going to fit it back today. The owner of the car is actually a quick fit manager. So he will take it to his garage and fit it on the 4-post ramp. It'll be so much easier to fit than messing about with jacks and stands and whatnot and just moving it all about. It's a pain in the back. So that'll be that. And yeah, on to the next job. So whoop whoop, thanks for watching.